All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
How you feeling?
I'm great.
All right, cool. You look good. Does he look good on the camera over there?
He does, but then when you come closer. Oh, better, yes.
That's good?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I see the team of directors.
So tell me
Are we
your...
hired?
Huh?
Are we hired?
You guys are hired. Put it on your resume.
Yeah.
Executive producers. So tell me your name, your country that you're from.
My name is Ali Saif from Adani. I am coming from Tanzania.
Tanzania. So can you tell me a little bit about Tanzania, what it's like to be a citizen of Tanzania? What do you love about it? What's the experience like?
Tanzania is a beautiful country and specifically found in Eastern Africa. Tanzania is well known by its people being polite in its hospitality, but also mostly we are known by having the highest mountain in Africa. The mountain Kilimanjaro is found in Tanzania. We have a Great Lakes like Victoria. We have a Great Lakes like Tanganyika and Lake Nyasa. But also we have a number of national parks, including Serengeti National Parks, Manyara National Park, Ngorongoro National Park, Mikumi National Park, where a number of wild animals, including lion, tiger, giraffe, elephants are found there, among many. So it's a beautiful country with a number of approximately more than 60 million people population.
Oh wow!
So we got a big number of people, but also we got a big number of land, a virgin land, where we are found in the middle of the tropic, where in some places, majority of the Tanzania places are experiencing evergreen in the year.
Okay. So, you said 60 million?
More than 60 million people.
How is everybody split into provinces, states? How is that structured?
Yeah, Tanzania is being divided into regions.
Regions?
Yeah, what we can call here provinces or states. In Tanzania, it's a regions.
How many regions is there?
We have more than 32 regions.
32 regions?
Yeah, in Tanzania is a combination of the mainland Tanganyika and Zanzibar. So we have about 26 in mainland and 6 in Zanzibar.
So, do you have, in Tanzania, do you have regional governments and a national government, or just a national government?
Now, in Tanzania, we have a national government, but it's divided into we have a central government and the local government.
Okay.
But within the same structure. We don't have separate structure that the local government can do their things without the central government to know to approve. But we have that so that it will bring decentralization. Now, in Tanzania, the government is divided into 3 parts. We have the executive army, where is headed by the president of the United Republic. But there is a composition of the cabinet who assists the president. But then the second, we have the legislation of the parliament, where it's constituted by the member of the constituents who are elected by the people. The people's representatives are forming the parliaments, but also we have the judiciary. So we have 3 armies of the government, and the law is typically enacted by the parliament.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The parliament enacts the law, then the executive enforces the law, but the judiciary interprets the law. The local government doesn't enact the law, but in some way it passed the subsidiary, or we can say it's bylaws. Bylaws is
makes the rules.
Day-to-day procedure of how to operate in the municipal levels, but they are not being called laws at all, and they are not documented in the national level. But if you go to a municipal or a certain region, you will find that they have some laws which has been passed by the local government authorities, but that normally we are not calling them laws, but they are procedure or which are known and approved in the country, and they operate to make sure that the operation is smooth.
Got it. How many political parties does Tanzania have?
We have more than 15 or I can say 20 political parties, but specifically we have major 5 strongest political parties, because there are those parties which are normally some of them even don't participate in elections because there are qualifications of participating in elections, but there are those which are participating in the election but they always become the last parties, but there are those which just showing the competitive nature in every election, and those are the big 5. But we have the ruling party and second party coming, the party which is normally the head of the opposition party, and that is changing according to years and influence in the community. So the same party which is the leading opposition today might not be the leading opposition tomorrow, and might not be the leading opposition the next tomorrow.
Right.
But since our independence, we have been ruled by one ruling party.
Okay.
So we had never changed the government from one party to another. We have been ruled by the party which has liberated the country.
And when was that?
It was 1961.
1961?
1961.
So you've never had another ruling party in all that time?
We had never have another ruling party. It's only that party.
What's that name? What's the name of that party?
Chama Chama Pinduzi.
Chama
The
Chama Pinduzi?
CCM.
Are they left, right, moderate?
Oh, they are moderate. Some conservative, but some rebel. But they are following the socialist ideology with the capitalist elements in the modern world.
So do people participate in the elections at a high rate? Like, are people happy with the way democracy is functioning? Do they love the fact that this one party has been in charge since the 60s?
Since the 60s, people do participate in election, but what I can say, when we talk about people, we are talking about children, we are talking about youth, we are talking about women, we are talking about elders, we are talking about people with disabilities. And in that segregation of data above the population, people are not fully participating and they are not happy because majority of them are not aware enough about what is it all about. And those who are aware, they have been eroded to believe that it is the only party, it's only the ruling party that can rule the country. So that is party mentality. So we adopted the multipartism in 1992. We got independence in 1961. We abolished the multipartism, and then we went on until 1992. We accepted again the multipartism. So it was the hardest part of the work in the political arena to rejuvenate the spirit of the people in the multipartism state. So people, they still believed in monopolitical system, and it's still the work today to empower those kind of groups like women, children, and young people, so that we may say that they are happy now because we see they are participating and not participating, but meaningfully participating. Because if they are given T-shirts, if they are given caps, and they just think that the person who has given me a T-shirt and cap, I have to vote him or her. Yeah, but you see, what does the T-shirt do after somebody has been elected and the things are not changing?
Right.
So they don't have that affordability of what it's all about election. It will take a life of people for years. It will take a destination of the generation. It will take a respect of the nation. So why should we do this and why should we not do this?
Right. Who did you all win your independence from? Who were your colonizers? Who colonized the nation?
Our colonizers were the England.
Like the British.
British.
Yeah. That seems to be kind of a rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, British. So we are in the Commonwealth countries.
Got it.
The ex-colonies of the British.
So I got one last question. And I have to ask, just because one party being in power for so long is just, that's so beyond my comprehension growing up here in the United States.
Yeah.
Are the elections free and fair? Is this party winning these elections outright? Or is the feel amongst the people that the elections are being manipulated?
As per our constitution and the procedure, since our independence, we have the National Election Commission, which is established by the constitution, but its composition is subject to the president's appointment, and the presidential appointment bring the reflection of the interest of the president to the appointment of the members of the National Election Commission. So since our independence to date, there are some back voices of saying that there is no free and fair election. But as a person, as an individual, I can't conclude that there is no free and fair election because the procedure is followed as per the law, as per the constitution. But I'm a lawyer by profession.
I was just going to ask.
Yes, yeah, I'm a lawyer by profession. So in the law, we are saying that is not justice to be done. Justice should be seen to be done beyond the reasonable doubt.
Right.
So if you are saying that I have done or have given the justice, it is not about you. It is about another person. It is about another person who was not there while you were making a decision to come and say that there was a justice.
Right.
This is a justice.
Right.
So if the appointment of the commission is subject to the presidential pleasure, and if the resources of the commission is coming from the existing government revenue, and then the existing government revenue is coming to the ring and just fighting, and you're expecting those who have been appointed by this government to rule against this government, that is an awkward. So we are the people who are in the wish that we needed the neutral National Election Commission that is coming from no one's pleasure. It might be coming from the people's election process. We have to vote for Steve, we have to vote for Mary, we have to vote for her to become in the member of the National Commission. Then we are going to the ring. So nobody will have any interest with the commission, and the commission have no interest there, and it have to be independent. The independent, way we define independence is not about the ring on your hands. Is independent financially, independent socially, independent every angle. So I can say that people just elect people to be in the National Election Commission. Then the fund, I am the provider of the fund. There is no independence. So I can say there was no free and fair elections, but typically when you make that analysis, you see that there is no free and fair election because there is undue influence.
Got it. So is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I want to share that the country and the political atmosphere of the country is just specifically or typically addressed by the Constitution. And the Constitution is something that I think I'm interested in because by the Constitution, people are vested the power by the Constitution. You see how the decision is being made. So we got a problem with our Constitution for a long while, since our independence, for more than 50 years. The Constitution has been amended more than 13 times, but the amendment has not been sufficient enough to quench the wrath of the people. So the Constitution was needed to be enacted, the newly one. Between 2013 to 2015, there was that movement of changing the Constitution, but the outgoing president between the 2013 to 2015 initiated the movement of enacting new constitution. But the incoming president between 2015 to 2020 removed the movement and said that there is not my priority. So we missed the point of having the national priority. It's not the personal priority. So I think if we would have a strong constitution, that the president could not say that this is not my priority, because it is not about you, it is about the people. So that is why. So we stopped the movement, and in fact we didn't meet the target, and we still facing the same problem because the constitution that was to be amended was adopted the same and applied to date. So now we are just rejuvenating the movement so that to enact the new constitution. But my fear is the dominance of the ruling party in that movement. So we might be having the new constitution as a cover, but the content might be the same, because we know in the democracy majority votes. Yeah, the majority have the voice. So if the ruling party just influencing majority of the contributor to the new constitution, we will have a new constitution on its cover, but the content will be the same.
All right. Well, thank you.
Great.
appreciate you.
Are we all supposed to speak like that? I'm like, I'm not taking that interview.
Just speak like you. That's
Oh,
all.
thank you.
All right. I'm gonna have to charge this camera for a little bit. Sorry.
That's a lot of it.
I left all my batteries on the plane,
Oh,
so
you
I,
need to charge it.
so I have
You
to
got
keep
it.
charging.
You got
it.
members, interviewees.
I think you need to press talk.
How do y'all feel about doing yours together?
Yes, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like a
Asking us
dialogue.
differently, like having a conversation
Like a
like
dialogue.
two people, that would be amazing.
Okay,
And be
yeah.
simple.
That'd be amazing.
Okay.
Simple.
Thank you.
So I will be staying here
You wanna
as
do it?
assistant director.
Are you staying here, right?
Tonight?
Okay, I'm happy we're doing it together because I'm nervous.
Okay, cool.
I'm nervous because I might say something wrong about politics overnight.
Yeah, that's what I'm